Hi, so this is what I made for the colors vocabulary. For the color schemes, I thought the best way to demonstrate them all would be through color wheels. So I have each respective color wheel with the background color of the color scheme corresponding to what kind of color scheme it is. And then I also went and I added borders that match each color scheme as well. So the first one I have is complementary colors. It is a color scheme that involves a pair of colors directly opposite of one another on the color wheel. So the example I chose for this one is yellow and purple, but other ones that would fit this are like blue and orange and red and green. And then I just added a little design around the borders of all of them as well to add some detail. The next one is split complementary colors. It is a color scheme that involves one color and the two colors adjacent to its direct complement. So the opposite of blue would usually be orange, but since it's split complementary, the other ones are red and yellowish orange. Next one is monochromatic colors. It is a color scheme that uses only one base color or hue, including tints and shades of that hue. So I got a tint of red here and a shade of red here, and then there's red on the color wheel. Next one is analogous colors. It is a color scheme consisting of three colors that sit next to each other on a color wheel. So this one, it has yellowish green, green, and light blue. And unfortunately, despite my best efforts, the next page bled onto this one a little bit. Next one is primary colors. It's a color scheme that uses only foundational colors that cannot be mixed or created from a combination of other hues. So in painting, that's usually red, blue, and yellow, but for other mediums, CMYK is considered primary colors for digital printing and stuff, and RGB is also primary colors in a different setting. For secondary colors, it's a color scheme that uses colors that are created from mixing the primary colors. So mixing red and yellow gets you orange, red and blue gets you purple, and yellow and blue gets you green. I always tried to get as much colors from the color wheel as I could onto my wheel while I was doing this, so I tried not to repeat other ones too much. This is my page for blending and impasto. Blending is a technique that is used to smoothly transition between colors. So to represent that, I did a sunset in the background that goes from purple to orange, and it's blended downwards. The impasto technique is where paint is laid on thickly so that it becomes raised from the canvas. So I wanted to use flower petals to represent that and add some texture. So I got my flowers on pretty thick, as well as some of the highlights on my bushes. And then I have this purple plant in the foreground that is very raised from the rest of it. I did a sunset in the background. Since I used a little bit of the gel medium to blend downwards, it was laid on a little thick, and I just went in with my sewing needle and I carved some wind into the background to give it an additional layer of depth. That's what I did. Thank you for watching.